Hi guys!
Hello everybody!
Welcome to Original Games UK. Today we're doing a video that we thought a lot of you would like to see, and it is our PS Vita collection.
It is.
I don't really have many games, unfortunately. Sam has a few more than me.
But no, I wouldn't say loads, but just a few more.
But we just thought it'd be nice to show you guys. We know it's quite a niche gaming thing, and we definitely have some hitters on there.
Oh, we do.
So let's start off with, should we start off with an import game?
I think we should.
So on our trip to Japan, me and Sam picked up a game that is exclusive to Japan.
It is.
And also for one of our favourite series of all time, and that is Tales of. So we got Tales of Innocence R.
Yes, we both tried playing it the day we got it. And then we just gave up straight away when we realised we couldn't get past the first quest.
It's pretty
But to be honest, it is really good because we will get to another Tales of game that we have for PS Vita, and it was because of that game that we got this whilst we were there. Just because the other game that we'll get to was so good that when we saw this, we were like, yeah, we've got to get it.
And plus, like, it's always cool to have import games. Just a few import games in the collection.
Especially ones that are unique as well. It's not like we've got games that you could get elsewhere.
Yeah. And if you've seen on our channel the PS Vita games everywhere, that's where we got this from.
Yes.
So yeah, shall we go on to yours?
Yes, I got another game whilst I was in Japan. One that I thought would be playable, no matter the language barrier, and that was BlazBlue, and if I can say it, Chrono Phantasma.
Chrono Phantasma.
Yes. So I think that this one actually is now a bit old. I don't know if they've released another one for PS Vita since. Probably will. Actually, it's quite hard to keep up with BlazBlue and Guilty Gear.
Yes.
Constantly
God,
releasing new games. For those who can read
Exod.
Japanese, you can have a look at that.
Exod, Revelator Plus.
Yeah.
I definitely get mixed up with them.
XX, like accent R, XX. I can't keep up with them all. Yeah, this is actually really, really good, and this was playable without having to know any Japanese language, because it was just, you know, muddle your way through the menus, and eventually you'll get your way to like, an arcade or training mode. Really good, also graphically very impressive actually.
I mean, can we just say about the Vita in general, games on there look
very
gorgeous.
Underrated.
And just thinking actually, another thing that we should have brought is Sam actually has a PS TV.
I do, yes.
Which allows you to play Vita games on the full screen.
Which we will get to a certain game in a bit, which is the way we played that game.
Yes.
It was, it makes that game somehow better.
Favorite character in BlazBlue, by the way?
Soul Bad Guy.
So yeah, who's mine? Is it Kai? Kai?
I think so.
No, just KY.
Am I thinking of Guilty Gear? Am I thinking about BlazBlue? To be honest, both of them do.
I think we both named.
Both of them do kind of blend into one half the time.
I think we definitely both just said
Ryu.
That's bad. Sorry.
Yeah, forgive us for our nubity.
Yes.
Right.
But BlazBlue is Noel or Noel.
Yes.
Female character. So yeah.
Right. Shall I do another one?
Yep.
Right, so I got this when I first got my Vita, and that is PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale. A bit of a weird one.
Smash Bros. S.
Genuinely when it came out. I believe it came out on, was it PS3?
PS3, yes.
PS Vita, and did it come out on PS4? Am I just making that up?
I don't think it came out on PS4.
So just PS3 and just PS Vita?
Yes. And I don't think it was on PSP.
I don't think so.
No. I think it came out on PS3 first.
Because this is a game that died fast.
Yeah.
It is really fun. I say it is a blatant rip-off of Smash Bros, to be honest. But I mean, there are other games of that ilk. You've got is it Rival Schools? It's slightly similar. It's like
I think so.
Capcom have released them, didn't they? With gems in the title, I think.
Power
Stone. Now that's kind of a similar kind of style. So Smash Bros don't have the monopoly on that style, but you have to admit this is very Smash Bros.
Yes.
Right, who have we got? We have got
Nathan Drake, Kratos.
Does it
have
Ratchet and Clank, Fat Princess.
Does it have Jack from Jak and Daxter?
I don't know. I know it's Sly Cooper.
Who's
the raccoon?
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy. Parappa the Rapper. It does have, pretty cool, it has Heihachi and Raiden.
Raiden, yes.
So it is actually genuinely quite a cool game. But I think because it was released at the end of the PS3 and on PS Vita, nobody got it.
No, and PS3 never ever took off like a lot of people wanted to. But definitely if you want an exclusive for a Sony console.
And it is fun. It is actually genuinely very fun.
And affordable. quite readily available for PS Vita games. It's probably one of the more readily available, along with this one.
Yeah, I think we'll go for this one next, and then we're on to like the hella good ones.
Yes.
Even if you actually, believe it or not,
It's one of your most played. Isn't this one of your most played games?
I think this is joint second probably, because this is the game along with All Stars Battle Royale that I just used to put in for like 5-10 minutes at a go.
Yeah.
Really, it was longer, but it felt like that. Like just 5-10 minutes, have a little blast, and then turn it off. Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I genuinely do actually love this game.
Yeah.
Especially on Vita. It was just literally just so fun just to go through the arcade, blast through it, and to be fair, actually, the game is hella underrated.
I think we can honestly say that when this game came out, we were at like our height of Street Fighter fandom.
Yeah.
We loved everything to do. We still do.
Yes.
But in terms of like being competitive,
playtime.
Yeah, playtime spent. When this came out, I mean, like Simon's very good at the Vita version. I'm very good at the Xbox 360 version.
Yeah.
And we were like pretty good like at that.
I mean, I'm actually quite bad at the game. I would actually say that I'm actually not great at the style of play that you need for this, but I still really enjoyed it.
And all the trials and stuff were fun.
Oh, the trials were really good. And obviously, I love Tekken.
Yes.
And I love Street Fighter. So for me, genuinely, this was really good. And I do love the style of play. I love the fact that it's only a 2-on-2. That makes it a lot simpler for me. I'm not having to deal with 3 versus 3. There's not really an assist system. It's more of a tag system. So again, that makes a lot more sense for me. The combos were fun. They're long. And which is obviously kind of like fun as well because you're kind of learning and having to learn the system.
Elements from both games. So you had like your focus cancel mechanics from Street Fighter, but it also had missteps from
Tekken, overheads,
chain combos.
Tekken. Being able to combo from overheads. That's what made the game broke. Absolutely made How Wrong, and I believe Chun-Li was broke towards the end.
Yes.
But yeah. But honestly, I would say if you want just a fighting game for the Vita, you can't really go wrong with Cross Tekken. It is so much fun.
And definitely my 2 favourite games.
Right, shall we go with... Shall we leave that one till last?
Yeah, we'll leave that one to last. So
shall we go with this one next door?
This game was my first game on the Vita, and I bought a Vita solely for this game.
We both bought a Vita.
We both bought a Vita for this game. And it's
I
not going to be...
Yeah.
what you think it's going to be.
And I can tell you it was worth it.
Damn right it was
Definitely
worth it. It's an RPG, and it is Tales of Hearts R.
Yeah.
Okay. Core and Kawaku, the main characters in this game, I think I can say that like the storyline that follows them two was one of the most engrossing storylines in a Tales of game.
Yeah.
Easily for me, I think it was a story-driven game. They brought new things in for it being on PS Vita.
Yeah, like the actual combat system was... It didn't give you hand cramp on the Vita, which a lot of Vita games can... Well, a lot of handheld games can give you hand cramp. But you think in a game which is an action RPG, which requires a lot of manipulation of the controls, they did it in such a way that it didn't feel like you were mashing loads, but it still felt complicated and fun. Honestly, I think the combat in this is probably my joint second favourite.
Yeah, and you could tell that the graphic style, Tales of Innocence are, they look so similar.
Yeah, I would say the graphics for this are actually really good. Yes. Even though the open world is more Symphonia-like, so you're more kind of you are zoomed out.
Big sprite on.
Even though it was that style, it's so good. Yeah. I mean, we both put 100+ hours into this game, which I think for a Vita RPG is actually quite a lot.
Yes, oh definitely. Replayability, it has the cooking elements to it.
Cooking was great.
Collecting NAM coins.
Yeah.
Unlocking titles, like everything. This was one of those games, just like we've done it with Metal Gear Solid, but we were both going through it. Metal Solid 5.
Oh, we did, didn't we? We literally went through it at the exact same time.
Have you unlocked this recipe? Have you got this title? Have you beat that character? Have you got this trophy?
The titles were great in this as well. Yeah, and actually there was no area that annoyed me.
No. And
every area was actually really good.
If you guys have seen before, I've got quite a lot of Tales of figures. If I could have any Tales of figure next of any character, I would go for Core.
Core was really cool.
Yeah.
Actually, and that's another thing. You're almost guaranteed in every Tales of, there's one character you probably won't like. It's fine, it's just the law of averages. There's like 10+ characters.
Yeah.
You are going to dislike at least one of them. I can genuinely say I didn't dislike any of them.
No.
Because even though, I won't try and spoil it too much, but Kawaku had something happen to her, which kind of changes her personality.
Yes.
And even though it did, because there was a reason behind it, it didn't annoy me.
No.
Whereas in other Tales of games, you have like the moody one, or like the sad one, or the uptight one. But there's no real reason as to why they're moody, sad, or uptight. But because she had a reason, it didn't piss me off. It didn't piss me off as much.
Kunzite in history.
Yes, they were really cool.
They were cool.
They're really cool.
So yeah. Yeah. If you want.
Right. I shall go with. I think this one. We'll go with this one. So this is a game that Aiden got me. I believe it was
quite a few years ago now.
Was it last?
No,
last birthday. It was. I think it was last year though. I think.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And that is Steins Gate, which is
Huge
an anime that I had watched, which is really really good. All about kind of time travel and a mental scientist. And this is really good. So it's a style which is very popular in Japan, which is like I guess you could say it's like a animated story, basically.
Yeah.
You all kind of like just play the story. But the difference with this one is because there's a time travel element. You're having to make choices along the way, and like the butterfly effect, they will change the course of events.
I was just thinking that, yeah.
So huge replayability, and the story is very complicated. But then the anime was complicated, and then so was the manga. So it's to be expected. But yeah, very very good.
I always noticed whenever I went on 360 and checked people's achievements, so many Japanese players. Steins Gate was always there because I always used to think.
And also, there's one on PS4 as well. They released another one on PS4. I think called like Steins Gate 0.
Okay.
Something like that. I feel like I might be slightly off with that. But yeah, really good. If what you want is a challenge but in a different way, kind of like making choices, there's no real pressure of controls or any action elements, go for this because the story's great, the animation's great. Yeah. Just overall a really good experience. And it really complements the rest of my games because it's so different compared to the rest.
Yeah.
So yeah, very very good.
Oh, okay.
Shall we go with this one?
Yeah, I've got this game on the PS4.
This is
sick.
A perfect handheld game.
Yes, it is.
If you like
nostalgia,
Final Fantasy,
yeah, Pokemon,
yeah,
and like kind of, well, it's just sure.
World of Final Fantasy, yeah. Now this game kind of slipped, I think, under the radar a bit.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people were put off by the chibi style graphics.
Yes.
Which I can understand, but for like grinding, capturing monsters, leveling up, hidden treasures.
Oh god, hidden treasures! Lots of like replayability, going back to areas to find monsters.
The soundtrack is really good.
Yes,
the soundtrack is very very good.
Also, a combat system which is simple.
Yeah.
But which is like which has many layers to it. So this idea that you have different stacks.
Dragon Quest was like but yeah.
And then when you build the stacks up differently, you'll get different kind of results.
Yes.
Like let's say you build up a stack of all like so yourself, so either rain or land, and then you build up 2 fire things on top of that.
Yes.
You'll then get Fire-Rigger. But if you build up only one creature with fire in that stack, you'll only get fire. Which I think it was very very good.
I just love having to be like, oh okay, so to capture that enemy, I need to make
because the whole
I need to make it weak to that, or I need to
I need to cure it.
Oh, and evolutions. I loved like
Pokemon. Who doesn't like Pokemon?
Yeah, it had the nostalgia of Pokemon, but then was a game that I wanted to play like now.
Yes. Yeah.
In a Final Fantasy world, I mean, you can't really
get. Yes, genuinely for us. This is the kind of game that we always harp on about wanting.
Because we've kind of like, even though we love Pokemon, if you give me the choice now of an actual Pokemon game or a Pokemon themed game in Final Fantasy or Tales of, we'd go for that option.
I'd rather just play Pokemon Gold again.
Yeah.
Rather than playing like Pokemon, what are we on now?
X, Y, Moon.
Yeah, Black, whatever, White, or whatever we're on now.
Yeah. Okay. Right, so...
So should we go for this one?
Yes.
Oh, no, I think let's go for that one first, and then we'll go for this.
So it's Persona 4 Dancing All Night.
Now I guess we should start off by saying that we saw this first in Japan.
Yes.
They had like a huge booth. I think it might have only just come out or been out just for a short while. And there was a huge booth advertising it everywhere. And I think both of us were like, do we get it now? It's in Japanese, is that a good idea?
And one of my favourite 3DS games is Final Fantasy Theatrhythm.
Which is so addictive.
Yeah. And just like how Sam was saying, Final Fantasy is like one of the perfect handheld games. this is one of the perfect handheld games.
It is so good.
And if you guys didn't know, as of like 2 days ago, Persona 5 is getting on the game.
3!
And Persona 3.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to keep them as a collection and get them both for the Vita. So I've got all 3 for the Vita.
Well, that's a ridiculous, like, travelling... like set of games.
Yeah, that with theory.
Just music, headphones on, like just and also they're so relaxing.
Sounds of love. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, but if you like Persona, you want a spin-off title, I definitely recommend it. It has enough layers to it that even if you're not into rhythm games, and equally
also plenty of tracks. Sorry.
Yeah, and if you're into rhythm games,
absolutely get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The storyline is. Oh
huge
god,
as well,
it's huge.
Yeah.
Seriously, a lot of text because obviously it's based. It's kind of 75% text, 25% play.
Because really, it's like a story. Well, they are trying to like tell you a story, aren't they? Atlas are very story based.
But yeah,
very good. Right, I think more of an obvious one now. I think this is probably a game that a lot of people probably have on the Vita. Final Fantasy X and X-2. Now. To have this on a Vita is kind of mental,
yes,
really, because you think how big this game is. But what I can say is I did not see any difference from, I think, I compare it more with the PS3 HD remaster. There's no difference.
I genuinely wish now that I got this on the Vita because when I go on holiday, I love having RPG games to just take on the go. And Final Fantasy X is one of those games that you have to grind on, and sometimes you just like relaxing. So I would just love to play this game in there on an airplane, with just listening to something else and just just going on it. I mean, like over 200 hours of gameplay. Because obviously it's X-2 as well. Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, genuinely, this is one of the best RPGs ever. So to have this on a handheld is ridiculous. And we're talking about best RPGs.
Well, we spoke about World of Final Fantasy. We spoke about Final Fantasy X. We spoke about Tales of Hearts Art.
There have been so many great RPGs.
But there's one RPG and one game on the Vita that if you're going to get a Vita, 90% of people who have a Vita buy it for this.
This has to be on your list of games to get if you are going to get a Vita.
And equally, this could be many people's top 10 games of all time, if not the best.
Yeah.
Especially in JRPGs or RPGs. Persona 4 Golden.
Yeah.
I was blown away by how much there is going on in this game. The storyline is absolutely incredible. Building up the what do you call them, links, friendship links,
social links,
social links.
I actually think this might be one of my favourite stories in an RPG because it's very adult. They really don't hold back. You've literally got. I won't try and spoil it too much, but you've got these huge events happening.
Yeah.
That kind of they almost segment the story. You've got a bit of school. That's not really a spoiler for Persona.
No,
you go to school.
Yeah.
You kind of school life and hang out with friends, and then suddenly bam, you're a dark, rainy night, and some shit's gone down, and then instantly you're fuck. Yeah. And you're constantly reminded of how serious the story actually is.
And you become fully invested in it.
Oh,
and it's that thing of it's who do I go and make friends with? Who do I have a girlfriend with?
Picking that waifu, exactly. Rize all the way.
Yuko.
All the way. Yeah, no one's picking Chie. Literally no one's picking. I'd rather pick Kanji. Those strong, muscly arms. Isn't he played by Troy?
Yes, Troy Baker. Yes,
I'm fairly sure he was, but yeah.
And Teddy, a great mascot.
Yeah.
One of the only mascots in the game because in World of Final Fantasy, who is it?
There's two really.
Tomo or something.
Oh,
the cat. Anyway, she's annoying as fuck. In other games, you've got the Chocobos.
Yeah,
Moogles.
Yeah.
But Teddy's actually really fun.
And also, there's an actual story behind him.
Yes.
It's actually interesting. The areas are really good. As I said, I could.
The music
and style. If there's one thing Persona games get absolutely bang on is style
and culture. It captures the culture of Japan, definitely.
The actual the dialogue all makes some sense. Obviously, you're always going to get some stray lines of ridiculous dialogue.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a game where you go into TVs. There's going to be some mental dialogue. But genuinely, a lot of the interaction between people feel very real. it just sucks you in. It's so good, and replayability.
Oh god, yes.
Because every
Side
time
quests.
we go through it,
We could go.
Oh.
Persona 4 Golden is a class of game.
and if you want to play it at its best, PSTV. Get it on a PSTV and play it with a PS4 controller on the big screen, and obviously then you're playing basically the PS2 version, but obviously it's the remaster of the Golden. There's obviously there's the extra character.
Well, I was getting really into the game at the perfect time. You bought PSTV,
Yeah.
and I bought it for like a week, and then I finished it.
Yeah,
I was just playing it non-stop.
I say it's ridiculously good, and obviously, and then this was both of our first introductions. I played a tiny bit of Persona 3, but didn't fully go through with it. So Persona 4 was my first proper game, and because of that, we wanted Persona 5 like nothing.
Well, you think now I've got Persona. Persona 4 Dancing All Night. Persona 5. I've got Persona 4 soundtrack.
Yeah. And Persona 3 and Persona 5
Dancing All Night, basically. I think one of them's like Moonlight, one of them's Starlight.
Yeah.
Gonna be getting them. So yeah, guys, just to recap, I know I don't really have many, but I think you can agree that the games, like the games I've got, are like pretty godlike.
Like they are fairly like curated games. Like we haven't bought many for the Vita, but everyone we have bought, we've like considered why. I think there's only really one left that I'd really want to get, and that is the Metal Gear Solid 2 and Snake Eater.
Yes.
Yeah. Obviously, there are other games to get, but I think that's the one that I would really like to get on a Vita.
Definitely. And yeah, I'll get the two Dance Rhythm games.
Yes, of
if
course.
not some more that come out.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get any announcements at E3 about
no,
PS Vita.
I think Vita in the West is definitely. I think the two Persona games might be the last two like great games to come out on the Vita, and I think after that, in the West at least, it's gonna pretty much die out.
So guys, hope you enjoyed looking at our PS Vita collections. Let us know if there's any games that you think we desperately need to pick up on the console handheld, and we will definitely think about doing that.
Yeah.
And we shall see you guys soon.